Hello, how's everybody doing? We're coming to you live from the Perpetulant Studios. And I want to just take this moment as I'm talking from the studios here about the book that I wrote. Actually, this book, I went to Montreal and I was asked to speak on a thought panel about the impact of artificial intelligence on the workforce of the future. And some say that this is a very academic read. It's written scholarly, and I'll blame that on my PhD. I'll blame that on the dissertation process, the APA 6.0 adherence, and the references that are in the back. The giving credit for those who have come before. Socrates. We see much better and brighter and all things because of those shoulders that we stand on, those that came before us. And so the Workforce of the Future is available on Amazon. And the purpose of this book, number one, it originally was going to be included in a journal, an academic journal. However, I decided to go ahead and publish it through the Institute, and you'll find it to be very interesting. But what's very compelling is what I've been studying in terms of the brain. Certain components of the brain in terms of our memory, in terms of the neurons in our brain, in terms of how many synaptic connections we have in our brain. It's been said there's tens of thousands of synapses that actually make up a memory out of 100 billion that actually exist in our brain, and constantly are being developed through what I would call neuroplasticity, and the ability for the brain to discard or forget and to bring about new thought and new memory. And in the book, I talk about de-hacking the brain. I talk about a process which involves behavior modification, behavior dynamics. It goes back to B.F. Skinner when he was studying behavior modification. It goes back to Sigmund Freud when Freud was examining the psycho components of psychology relative to the brain. I think this is so interesting. And so I've created a theory called cognitive performance dynamics. And cognitive performance dynamics is broken into three specific areas: creativity, innovation, and design thinking. Now, many of you have probably heard design thinking. It's been profusely coming out in a lot of the academic world. It's also been a thought process that the academic world has cascaded into the business environment. But what I've done is I've really defined what is it? What is design thinking? What is creativity? What is innovation? And how do humans have to change the way they think, change the way they behave in the workplace such that they can work with the intelligent resources, the intelligent devices, and generate this amazing performance that we need in the 21st century regarding the fourth industrial evolution. Is it an evolution or a revolution? It depends on who you ask. If you ask the machines, it's a revolution. If you ask the humans, it's evolutionary. And so I hope that you take the time to read The Workforce of the Future. I hope that you pay attention to cognitive performance dynamics and what it currently is focused on. There are several books that are coming out on CPD, cognitive performance dynamics. They'll be available to the public. They'll be available to you, and I hope you read them. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to contact me at the Perpetulant Institute. Simply dkr@perpetulantinstitute.com. Let me try that again. dkr@perpetulantinstitute.com. Thanks for listening.